Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read John 4 to 10, Proverbs 9, and Psalm 105 a star. Now when Jesus and the Pharisees heard that Jesus was making baptizing more disciples than John, and left Judea and departed again for Galilee, he had to pass through Samaria, and came to this town of Samaria called Sidon, near the field that Jacob had grown to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was yesterday. And Jesus were as he was on the journey, same suddenly rose about the night, 6th hour. A woman from Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." And the Samaritan woman said to him, "How is it that you and you ask a drink from me, a woman of Samaria?" Jesus answered, "If you knew the gift of God, and who is it saying to you, give me a drink? You've asked him, and he would have given you living water." The one said to him, "Say, nothing short of water, and the world's deep. And where do you drink? Get that living water. I am greater than a father Jacob. He gives one drink from himself, as his sons and his fathers." Jesus said, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. Whoever drinks the water that I give him will never be thirsty again. And that everyone will become in him and spring of water running up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water, so that I will not be thirsty or have to come here to draw water." Jesus said to her, "Go, call your husband, come here." The woman answered, "I have no husband." Jesus said to her, "You're right in saying, I have no husband. For you have had 5 husbands, and the one you have is not your husband. What you said is true." The woman said to him, "Sir, I perceive that your prophet. Our fathers ought to worship this man. You said in Jerusalem in the place he ought to worship." Jesus said to the woman, "Believe me, he has come in, and you are near on this mountain, not in Jerusalem, we worship the Father. We worship what you do not know, we worship what we know, for salvation from the Jews. But thou hast come in, not here, and true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and truth. And the Father seeking such people to worship him, God is Spirit, and those who worship him in his Spirit and truth." The woman said, "I know the Messiah is coming, and he comes, he will tell us all things." Jesus said to her, "I will sit and speak to you." The rest of the disciples came back, and they marveled that he was talking to one another, and said, "What do you see? Why are you talking with them?" So the woman left her water jar and went away into town to the people. "Come, see him, and told me all that every day. Can this be Christ?" And when the town were coming to him, many of the disciples were urging him, saying, "Rabbi, eat." And he said to them, "I fear that you do not know about." The disciples said to one another, "Has no one brought come to you?" Jesus said to them, "My fear is that you will look and say to accomplish his work. You do not say, ready yet 4 months, so comes the harvest. Look, I tell you, those 2 guys sit there the fields are white for harvest. Already the one who reaps is receiving wage and gathering freely for eternal life. And so and reap, and may rejoice together. They hear saying holds true, one sows and another reaps. However, I sent you to reap for that which you do in labor. Others labor, you have entered into it later. And he said, "I sent him that time believed him, because the woman's testimony. He told me all that every day. So the Samaritans came to him, they asked him to stay with him. He stayed there 2 days. And many more believed because of his word. And he said to others, "No longer is it what he said that we believe. We have heard for ourselves, we know this indeed the Savior of the world." After 2 days he departed for Galilee. So we came together with Galilee to welcome him. They seen by you down in Jerusalem at the feast. They too had gone to the feast. And they came into Cana of Galilee, where he made the water, and he filmed as a fish with some sail. And the man had the Jews had come from Judea to Galilee, and to him and asked him to come down here with us. There was one day Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The fish said to him, "Yeah, come down before my child." As Jesus said to him, "Go your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went on his way. As he was going down, some men and told him his son was recovered. And asked him now when he began to get better. And they said to him, "They said that the fever left him." And finally at this hour, when Jesus said to his son will live. And he himself believed in all his household. And there was the second son of Jesus there when he came from Judea to Galilee. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And as in Jerusalem, and she gave a pool in Aramaic called Bethesda, which had 5 roofed colonnades. And days later, multitude of invited, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been invited for 38 years. And Jesus saw him lying there, and he had already been there a long time. He said to him, "Do you want to be healed?" The sick man answered, "Sir, I have no one to put in me into put in the water stirrer. While I am going, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Get up, take your bed and walk." And at once the man was healed. He took his bed and walked. So that day was Sabbath. The Jews said to him, "Having healed, he is to the Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to take your bed." He said, "The man who healed me." He hit me, and I said to him, "Take your bed and walk." He asked him, "Who is the man who said to take your bed and walk?" And the men who had been healed did not know who it was that Jesus was charged. There was a crowd in that place. After Jesus had been Thomas said to him, "See you well, I no more, and nothing else may happen to you." And the man went away and told Jesus who healed him. And this is why the Jews were persecuting Jesus. This is doing these things on the Sabbath. And Jesus answered, "My Father's working until now, and I am working." And this is why the Jews were replying, "Seeking all the more to come. If not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God's own Father. He is equal with God." Jesus said to him, "Truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, only what he sees the Father do. For whatever the Father does, that the Son does likewise. If the Father loves the Son, and shows him all that he himself will do. And greater wisdom these will he show him, so you may marvel. As the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so the Son gives life to whom he will. The Father judges no one, there is a good one judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son, just they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father, simply. Truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him has eternal life. He is not come to judgment, but is passed from death to life. Truly, I say to you, now is coming, and is now here, and there will hear the voice of the Son. Who do you hear will live? As the Father is the life in himself, he is greater than the Son, who has to have life in himself. He is given authority to execute judgment. And because he is Son, I do marvel at this. For now is coming, and all who are in the tomb will hear the voice of coming. Those who have done good to resurrection and life, and those who have done evil to resurrection and judgment. I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge my judgment is just because I seek not my own will, but the will of him is in me. For I bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. There is nothing bears witness about me, and no testimony bears about me is true. He sent to John, and he is born witness to the truth, not that the testimony that I received from me. I say these things so that you will be saved, a burden and shining light, and you are willing to rejoice for a while with his life. The testimony that I have is greater than that of John, and the works that the Father gave me to accomplish the very works that I am doing bear witness about me. About me that the Father sent me, and the Father sent me has himself borne witness about me. His voice you never heard, his form you have never seen. You do not have his word abiding in you. You don't believe the one whom you understand. You search scriptures to think that in them you have eternal life, and in his day that bear witness about me, you refuse to come to me that you may have life. I do not receive glory from thy people, but I know that you do not have the love of God within you. I have my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes to his name, you receive him. How can you believe when you receive glory from one man? Do I take the glory that comes from your only? And you think I will accuse you to your Father? There is one who accuses you most, on whom you set your hope. If you believe most, you will believe me, for you wrote me. If you don't believe his writing, how will you believe my words? And after Jesus went away to the other side of the sea, Galilee, the sea of Tiberias, and the large crowd following him, the sons that he was silent, he was doing on the sea. He stood upon the mountain and sat down with them. And his disciples, and the apostle of the feast of Jews, and his right hand lifted himself, and seeing the large crowds come to him. And he said to Philip, where are we to buy bread that the people may eat? He said this testimony, and talking about what he would do. Philip answered, 100 denarii worth of bread would not be enough for each of them together. And the disciples answered Simon Peter's father said to him, and his boy who was 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, what were they for setting? He said, and had the people sit down, and there was much grass on the place. So the men sat down, for about 5,000 number Jews, and took the loaves. He gave things, he distributed them to those who were received, since the fish as much as they wanted. And even therefore he told his disciples, go to the leftover fragments, and nothing being lost. So he gathered them and filled 12 baskets with fragments and 5 barley loaves. And left by those who knew. When people saw the sign laid down, they said, this indeed the prophet was coming to the world. And seeing them, they were about to come and take him by force to make him king. Jesus withdrew again to not by himself. And even came disciples went down to see how gone to bed. And saw it across the sea to Cape, and it was now dark, and Jesus did not yet come to him. The sea became rough with a strong wind was blowing. And they rode about 3 or 4 miles and saw Jesus walking and seeing coming near them. And affrighted, he said to them, his eye, don't be afraid of him, they were glad to take him into the boat. And he laid the boat at the land to restore back. But the next day the crowd that remained on the other side of the sea saw that there had been only one boat there. And Jesus had not entered the boat with the disciples, the disciples had gone away alone. Other boats from Tiberias came near the place where they leaving the boat opposite the Lord giving thanks. So when the crowd saw that Jesus was not there and was disciples, they themselves got into the boat and went to Cape and all seeking Jesus. And they found him on the other side of the sea. They said to him, Rabbi, when did you come here? Jesus answered that, truly, I tell you, I say to you, you are seeking me, not because you saw signs, because you ate your filthy life. Don't work for a fruit that perishes, for a fruit that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him the God the Father says to you. And he said to him, what must you do? Do you do in the works of God? Jesus answered, this is the work of God, you believe in him whom he has sent. He has sent. So they said to him, what sign do you do? You may see and believe you. And what work do you perform? The Father ate the man in the wilderness, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. And then Jesus said to him, truly, I say to you, it was not mercy who gave you the bread from heaven. My Father gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven, gives life to the world. They said to him, so give us this bread always. Jesus then said to him, I am the bread of life. And whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. I said to you, you have seen me, and yet do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me again. And then whoever comes to me, I will never cast out. For I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I should lose nothing of all that he has given me. And raise up on the last day. For this is the will of my Father. Everyone who looks on the Son believes in him. Should have eternal life. I raise him on the last day. And the Jews grew and bold about him. He said, I am the bread that came down from heaven. He said, it's not this Jesus, son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know. And I did not say, I come down from heaven. Jesus answered, do not grumble among yourselves. No one can come to me unless the Father sent me. Joseph. I raise him on the last days, living the prophets, and they will all be taught by God. Everyone who has heard and learned from the Father comes to me. It's not that anyone has seen the Father except he is coming from God. He's seen the Father. Truly I say to you, whoever believes in me shall have eternal life. And in the bread of life, your followers ate the man in the wilderness, and they died. This is the bread that comes down from him, and one may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. When he eats the bread, he will live forever, and the bread that I will give for life that was my flesh. And Jews then disputed among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? So Jesus said to him, truly, I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life, and you feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood is eternal life. Raise him up on the last day, for my flesh is true for you, my blood is true drink. Who feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood abides in me, and I in him. As the living Father sent me, and I live because of my Father. So whoever feeds on me, he will also live because of me. As the bread that came down from heaven, not like the bread that the Father ate and died. And after years on this bread will life live. He said these things to their gods, he taught a Caper. And many disciples heard it. They said, this is the hardest saying, and who can listen to it? And each knowing himself that the disciples were grumbling about this, said to him, do you take offense at this? Then what if you were to see the Son of Man going suddenly to waste before? The Spirit who gives life, the flesh is no help at all. Once I have spoken to you, I swear in life. And there are some of you who do not believe. And he said, well, this is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it's granted him by the Father. Now if this man stopped, turned back, and no longer walked with him. So Jesus said to the child, do you want to go away from him? The son Peter answered, Lord, to whom shall I go? Hear the words of eternal life, and you believe I will come to know. And you are the Holy One of God. Jesus answered him, do you know what chooses the 12? Yet one of these is the devil. He said, for Jesus, son of Simon Iscariot, and he one of 12 is going to betray him. And after this, Jesus went about in Galilee. He would not go about in Judea, as the Jews were seeking to kill him. Now, for the Jews' feast of Grace was at hand. So his brother said to him, leave him and go to Judea, and the disciples may see the works he done. And no one walks in secret if he seeks to be known openly. If you do this, then show yourself to the world, for not even his brothers will believe in him. Jesus said to him, my time is not yet come, though your time is always here. The world cannot hate you. And it hates me because I testify about it, and its works that you go up to the feast. I am not going up to the feast, so my time is not yet fully come. After him, this remained in Galilee. After this, the brothers had gone up to the feast. And he also went out, not publicly, but in private. And Jews were looking for him at the feast, saying, where is he? And there was much muttering about him among the people, and some said, he is a good man, others said, no. And no, he's leading the people astray. If fear the Jews, no one spake openly with him. And about the middle of the feast, Jesus went over to the temple and began teaching. The Jews therefore marveled, saying, how is it that this man has learned anyway? He has never studied. Jews answered him. And Jews answered, my teacher is not mine, but his who sent me. If anyone's words do God, so he knows whether he will be speaking into. Whether the teaching is your God, or the speaking of his own authority. I seek something, authority seeks the same glory. And the one who seeks glory, he must sin in me is true. And in him there is no falsehood. Moses gave you the law, yet none of you accused him. Why do you seek to come with a crown? Answer, you are the demon who is seeking to kill you. Jesus answered, I did one work, you all marvel at it. Moses gave you circumcision, and you circumcised a man from himself. And if then on the Sabbath a man receives circumcision, the law of Moses may not be broken. I encourage me because of the Sabbath. I made a whole man told what he will. You are not judged by appearance, it is judged by judges. Some of the people of Jerusalem therefore says, not this man whom they seek to kill. And he is speaking openly and saying nothing to him. Can it be that I thought Israel and that this is the Christ? And we know where this man comes from, and the Christ of his no one will know where he comes from. And Jesus declares he told him to be near me, and know where I come from. I have not come by own accord, you sent me straight, and you do not know. I know if I come from him, and he sent me, and they are seeking to arrest me, not let him, because his hour not yet come. Yet many of the people believed in him. They said, when the Christ appears, will he do more signs than this minister? The Pharisees heard the crowd muttering these things about him, and the chief priests and Pharisees sent officers to arrest him. Jesus said, I will be with you a little longer, I'm going to him, he sent me. You will seek me, you will not find me, where I am, you cannot come. It is used to one another. Where does men intend to go to them not find? They tend to go to dispersion among the Greeks and teach the Greeks. What does it mean by saying, you will seek me, no not find me, where I am, you cannot come? On the last day of the feast of great day, Jesus came out, stood and cried, we are thirsty, let him come to me and drink. However, reason means scripture has said, out of the heart will flow rivers of living water. Now this he said about the Spirit of those who believed in him were trusted. He said the Spirit had not been given because Jesus was not yet glorified. When they had this word, some of the people said this Spirit is the prophet. Others said this is the Christ. Some said this is Christ come from Galilee. There's not scripture said that Christ comes from Bethlehem, David. He comes from Bethlehem, the village of David was. So there was a division among the people over him. Some of them wanted to arrest him. And on laid hands on their officers, then came to the chief priests and Pharisees. He said to them, why did you not bring the officers? And answered, no one ever spoke like this man. The Pharisees answered, for years have been deceived, for many of the authorities of the Pharisees believed. Here this crowd doesn't know the Lord's curse. Nicodemus, who had gone to him before in the room, and said to him, listen, thou, Lord, judge a man without first giving me here and learning what he does. He replied, are you from Galilee? To so shall see them look after the rise from Galilee. Again Jesus spake to him, saying, and whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, whoever light of life. So the Pharisees said to him, you are bearing witness about yourself, your testimony is not true. Jesus said, if I do bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. I know where I came from, where I am going. You do not know where I come from, where I am going. You judge according to the flesh. I judge not, yet even if I do judge, I judge not as true, for it is not I that judge, and I and the Father sent me. And your words bearing the testimony of two people is true. I am the one who bears the witness about myself, and the Father sent me, bears witness about me. And they said to him, therefore, where is the Father? Jesus answered, you know neither me nor my Father. If you knew me, you would know my Father also. And it is worth you speaking in the church that you told me to temple, but no one arrested him. He said, I am not yet come. And he said to him again, I am going, you seek me, and I die in the same. I am going, you cannot come. And Jesus said, will you kill himself? Since he says, I am going, you cannot come. And Jesus said to you, are from below, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. I told you that you would die in your sins. And unless you believe that I am he, you will die in your sins. They said to him, who are you? And Jesus said, and just what I have been telling you from the beginning. I must say to him, I must judge. He sent me straight to go to all that I have heard. What I have heard from him, I did not understand that he had been speaking to me. And about the Father, so Jesus said to me, look up the Son of me. And you will know that I am he, I do nothing on my own side. See, just as the Father taught me. And he sent me with me, he has not left me alone. I always do things that please him to. And he is saying these things, and many believed in him. Who do you send to Jews who believed in him? If you abide in my word, you will draw myself, as you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. He said, we are also Abraham and never been sight to anyone. How is it that you say we come for a Jews and true, I said to you. The only practice is sin is the slave to sin. The slave does not remain in the house that the son makes over. The son sets you free, you'll be free indeed. And I know that you are also Abraham. Yeah, I see to come in because the man who hides no present. I speak of what I see with my father. You do what you have heard from your father. Yes, Abraham is our father, Jesus said. If you are Abraham, you will be doing the works that Abraham did. And I seek to come in, and it's all the truth what I have from God. This is not what Abraham did. You are doing the works your father did. He said to him, we are not born sexual immorality, you are born the father even God. He said, if God were your father, would you love me? For I came from God, and I'm here. I came on my own God, but he sent me. Why do you not understand what I say? It's because you cannot bear to humanity. You are your father devil, and you will always do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning. He doesn't say the truth, there's no truth in him. He lies to speak out of his own character, for he's lying, the father lies. Because I tell the truth, you do not believe. Which one of you convicts me of sin? If I tell the truth, why do you not believe? Whoever is from God hears the words of God. The reason why you do not hear them is because you are not of God. The Jews answered, are we not right, saying that you I don't have a demon? The Jews answered, I don't have a demon, but the honor of my Father is son of me. You don't see my own glory, but there is one who sees it. He is the judge. Truly, I say to you, if anyone keeps on God, he will never see death. The Jews said, we know that you have a demon. Abraham died, as did the prophets. Yet you say, if anyone keeps on God, he will never taste death. They are greater than the father Abraham did. Many prophets died. Who do you make yourself out to be? Jesus answered. And I glorify myself, and I glory is nothing. It's my Father who glorifies me, of whom you say, I am his uncle. You do not know me, I know him. If I were to say that I do not know him, I'll be a liar like you. I do not know, keep it so. Your father Abraham rejoiced, he had seen my day. He saw it was bad, so Jews said to him, you are not yet 50 years old, have you seen Abraham? Jews said to him, surely, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. So the people said to him, but Jesus himself went out of the temple. Immediately because they saw a man blind from birth, and the disciples said, he said, this man is past, he is born blind. Jesus answered, it was not as this man said it was past, that the works of God might be displayed to him. This works him who sent me was here today. Now it's coming one, no one can work, as long as I am in the world, and lies the world. Having said these things, he spoke to God, made man with a slave. And knowing to the midnight of the month, so washing Paul's salon, and when washing came out saying, never noticed it seen before as the beggar was saying, this is not the man, he's the same beggar. Some said, others said, no, but he's like it. He kept saying, I'm the man, so he said to him, and how your eyes opened, he answered, the man called Jesus made mine and anointed my eyes, and said to him, go to Solomon and wash. So when I washed and received my sight, they said to him, what is he? He said, I did not know. They brought to Pharisees the man who had formerly been blind. And it was a Sabbath day when Jews made them open his eyes. The Pharisees again asked him, how do you receive the sight? And he said, he put mud on my eyes, and I washed, and I see. So the Pharisees said, this man is not from God, for it does not keep the Sabbath. And I said, how can a man who is a sinner do such signs? There was a division among the heavenlies, and said to the blind man, what do you say about him? Please open your eyes. He said, he's from the Jews did not believe, even the blind received the sight. Until they called the grandson who received the sight. And asked his new son who said he was born blind. How then does he not see his parents answered? We know this our son, and he was born. And now he sees we do not know who did it. Nor do we know who was right. Once again, he is of age, he will speak for himself. Therefore his parents said he is of age, asked him. So for the second time they called him, and been blind, said to him, give word to God, and know this man's sin. He answered, whether he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I do know, that though I was blind, I knew. I see. I said to him, what do you think? How do you open your eyes? I told you already, you will not listen. Why do you want to hear it? Do you want to become disciples? And the other will say, you are disciples, we are disciples of God. And then God spoke to us. And as they say, we do not know when it comes to the man. Why, this is an amazing thing. You don't know when it comes to he opened my eyes. You know that God does not listen to sinners. Anyone is a worshiper of God, and does it will God listen to. Never since the world began has been heard anyone open eyes and man born blind. And if this man were not from God, he could do nothing. He said, you have one other sin. Would you teach us and cast him out? The Jews had the new cast him out from him for and said, do you believe in something? He said, and who is he? Said, I believe in Jesus. And to you've seen it. He was speaking to. He said, Lord, I believe in worship. And Jesus said, if it does not come to God, but those who do not see me see, those who see me become blind. Some of the Pharisees heard them near him heard these things. He said, are we so blind? Jesus said, if you were blind, you would have no guilt. But now they say you see, your guilt remains. Proverbs 9. Wisdom is both a house. She's had a 7 pillars. She's full of beasts. She's mixed of wine. She's a seven table. She's a young woman to call from house place to town. Every simple woman turning into an accent. She says, "Tom, you're my range. You're wine language. You have simple ways and live all the way and sound. Whoever expresses stuff gets self abuse. You approve of command case injury. Don't approve of coffee who will hate you. You approve wise men, he'll love you. Give instruction to wise men, you'll be still wise. Teach a righteous man, you'll increase the land. Fear the Lord is beginning of wisdom. And by knowledge of holy ones, for binding it is reading to my years, be added to your life. You're wise yourself. You scoff your living bad. Lord for his life, she's left with knows nothing. He sits in the door of house, she takes the high place down, point to his spots, where you go straight away. They have a simple home telling you, and like said, she says, Solomon was free, but in secret was. He doesn't know that it gets on death to show. Psalm 105, you give thanks to the Lord, call his son, and make his deeds among peoples. To them to say praise to him, tell for the from his courage is hollow, and the hearts of those who see. Also, the seek knowledge, seek knowledge, seek present continually, remember the wonders of these times, miracles, and judgment the other. While spring at 8 and servant, John and Jacob's church, where he is Lord God, his judgment sound all day. He remembers covenant forever, where they connect for 1,000 generations, the covenant they made with Abraham, so on from times, reached the throne of Jacob's touched them, but Israel has never lost a covenant, saying, to you, I'll give the land of Canaan, it's a portion of their inheritance. When they are free and number as little counts, such as they are one from nation to nation. When one came to another, he brought out no one to a person, he reconciled their accounts, they touched no man in their towards, their prophets in their heart. He summoned a family, and he broke also by and sent him heard them, Joseph and Saul, so he will have affairs in their group is called. The way so came to pass, the word of the Lord has been considered released from the Lord, and he was set free. He and the Lord's house at one was possession to one of the princes of the church, and to teach his others wisdom, the age to teach Jacob's sojourn men, and the Lord made his people very fruitful, and made them stronger than their first. He turned the hearts of his people to do craft. The stars, he sent Moses' son, Aaron, and the church. He performed a sign to one of the nobles men who his dark doctor made land dark, and the Proverb against his and there was in the blood, was every snide man, swallows, frogs, even the dreams they came. So they came schools of flies and nests throughout all their country. He gave them hellfire, and fire, lightning, both through them. He struck down the vines and bleak trees. And shined the trees of the country, stricken lakes, and young lakes, that no one reduced about all the vegetation, and he ate the further and struck down the firstborn. The rest took all their strength. They brought his children, but there was no among his charges, so each was glad and made about it, driven them and fallen upon it. And he spread a cloud for covering and 5 to 5 by night. He asked me about Clara, and he gave him birth in heaven and bounty of the miracle, and gushed out further and just like a river. He remembered his holy promise to Abraham, so he wrote to people which and his church wanted to say, he gave them land and nation to possession for the people's store. And like he was such as those laws, basically, last national to the story, found out how the end can come down at this in heaven. He said, David, if he gives their no debt with these non-nation, and see what feels, and have a good forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.